All right, happy Wednesday. Oh gosh, workout 67, I do believe. I like my little themes. Monday for you guys was the 300 chest, back, shoulder, biceps, tries. You have the 200 abs, core. You have the 200 quads, hamstrings. You have the finishing oblique and exertion circuit. So today is going to be chest and triceps with focus on glutes. Of course, when you get glutes, you're going to get some legs. And then we'll have a finishing tricep exertion circuit like you had on Monday. And of course, like on Monday, you have a choice of exertion, huffy puffy sweaty, or you can do some abs on that finishing circuit. So anyhow, similar feel, clearly different. Friday for you guys, we back and biceps. Again, when I get to these themes, you'll have similar numbers and rhythm. Good morning, Emily. So circuit one, we have our 3 different 25 hip bridges. We need to warm up our hips and glutes. And again, of course, it's a warm-up workout circuit. And we're gonna have our 3 different 30 core via plank. And of course, we can always give you options, right? So circuit one, warm-up workout circuit. We have our 3 different 25 hip bridges and our 3 different 30 core via plank. And then the main circuit one, we have chest, right glutes. We'll have chest, left glutes. So kind of a focus. And then we'll finish off with triceps and exertion and or abs. Alrighty, I know you're ready. I know you're awake, kinda. We have a light morning today. 25 regular hip bridges. Remember, hip bridges, your feet can be up on something. You need to work harder to create more motion, or your hips can be weighted. You need to work harder to maintain motion. 25 regular hip bridges, just like you guys do regular squats and regular leg press. Regular position, your feet are shoulder width apart, so they're definitely a little wider than your hips. And your feet are relaxed, so your lower legs can be relaxed. And then there's a lot of motion via your hips and your lower spine, your L's. So this is why you can put hip bridges in a glute category, and you can also put it in a core category. So let's think about those glutes as much as possible. Try to relax your feet and try to not use your legs. Try to let the motion come from your hips and lower spine. 25 regular hip bridges. Again, like your regular squats, your feet are shoulder width apart. And that's just a great starting position to turn everything on equally per se. We're not doing squats. Your combo is going to be 30 rotational planks. If you despise 30 rotational planks, you're allowed to do 50 scissors. So risk reward, penalty is more on the 50 scissors, or you can do 30 rotational planks. Ready, set, go. Now, I would love the rotational plank. It doesn't have to have the arm lift and leg lift, but I definitely want you to get as big as you can get. 30 rotational planks. Unless you just join the call, I'm not going to mention any names, you got to do 50 burpees. And yes, there's only, no, not 51 burpees, 50. 30 rotational planks. Breathe and focus. If you despise rotational planks, you can do 50 scissors. Breathe and focus. Core muscles touch your spine and they turn on more when you have that weight displacement. And somebody just got out of their 50 burpees. The last person to join the call today has to do 50 burpees. I'm not going to mention her name, but there's a person that just joined the call. At some point in time today, you need to do 50 burpees. No, I'm not number 1. I'm number 2. Alrighty. After those 30 slow rotational planks, remember we are warming up, but we're also working out. We're getting our glutes turned on. We're utilizing our core. We're going to be all ready to go for a chest and a glute circuit coming up in a little bit. Wide stance hip bridges. Like your wide squats, again, we've done these before, your feet are just wider. Well, that can be really good for your glutes and your glute minimus and medius, but it can also be really bad because your semitendinosus, your outer hamstring, really wants to help out, and or your calves because of that wide position. So you need to relax your lower legs and relax your legs in general. That wide stance is meant to really get out there in the glutes. That's the intent. I don't want your hamstrings as much as you're probably feeling them. I definitely don't want your calves. They love to help out. Your hips can be weighted. You would need to work harder to maintain your motion. Your feet can be elevated. You need to work hard to get that motion. So if you do elevate your feet, remember physics, you have to get everything back up. That's on you. 25 wide hip bridges. Hips are moving, glutes are turning on. After your 25 wide hip bridges, and there's no rush to be there, we're still waking up with all the late joins here to the call today. We're going to do 30 elevator planks. If you despise elevator planks, you can do 50 V-ups and or toe touches. So there's your risk reward. Elevator planks, you're not doing push-ups, but like a push-up, up and down is one. So 30 revolutions. Mix up your leading arm. Not a lot, just mix it up occasionally. 30 elevator planks. And or you can do 50 V-ups and or toe touches. And if you're a female that works for Talking Rain, you can always work on your 50 burpees that you owe me today. Tell you what, that would be kind of a fun rule. The last person to join the call has to do 50 burpees. Woo, woo, woo. And of course, that's the last person to join the call after the class starts. So not before the class starts, Brian. Don't mix the message. 30 elevator planks. Up and down is one. You're not doing a push-up, but like a push-up, the revolution, right? There's your motion. Mix up the leading arm occasionally. A little bit of right for up and down, and then a little bit of left for up and down, and a little bit of right up and down. But it's slow, it's steady, and it's hard. If you despise them, you can do V-ups and or toe touches. Steady. Consistent. Effective. We are warming up the body with some hard stuff, so you can say it's the workout. We're doing it intentionally, but there's also not a lot of things to worry about. When you get done to the 30 elevator planks, you're gonna be on your last regular style hip bridge. You have the option of doing single leg hip bridges coming up soon. You're on your narrow hip bridge. Your feet don't have to be touching, but I do want your feet inside the width of your hips. Narrow hip bridges. You might not feel anything. People are like, oh, these are pointless. I should do the wides more. Well, I disagree. If you don't feel anything, that does mean your glutes are turning on. It's just a really strong, easy position for them. So weighting your hips could be helpful. Elevating your feet could be helpful in the narrow hip bridge. I don't want your calves. I would like you to not get your hamstrings. I definitely want your glutes. But you can also put it in the core category because your spine is moving too. 25 narrow hip bridges. We'll have one more different plank and or option. And we'll get on to our lifting. We have 2 chest circuits. We have a right glute circuit, so you're gonna have some choices. We have a left glute circuit, you can have some choices. Essentially, you could be on the ground for a while. And we're gonna finish off with triceps, and it'll sound like Monday. You'll have a choice of huffy, puffy, sweaty, breathy, or more abs, which we formerly haven't had any abs. After your 25 narrow hip bridges, you're gonna be on plank swimmers. I do prefer a low plank, elbows and toes. You can be on a high plank hands and toes. And if you despise them, of course, you can go on your knees. So this one only has one choice. 30 swimmers. Whether you're in a low plank position, or you're in a high plank position, or if you need to be on your hands and knees for the mobility, that is okay. 30 plank swimmers. If I hooked up electrodes to your body, a low plank does turn on more core. The reason why high planks exist is for people with bad elbows and shoulders. So the high plank is a little better on your elbows and shoulders. It does incorporate more balance. I personally don't like doing them or seeing them because I have seen people hyperextend their elbow. Not trying to scare you, but that's the high plank. Brian, slow down a little bit. It does it does activate more balance needs, and then good things happen and bad things can happen. 30 plank swimmers, steady and consistent. When that is done, you're gonna need your space ready for chest flies. Whether you're laying on a bench or ball or ground, you'll be on chest flies. And I'm gonna talk about your choices on right glutes. You can stay on the ground and do hip bridges the whole time if you want to, or you can do other things which I'm gonna talk about. Personally, I'm gonna do hip bridges on round 1, 3, and 5, and I'm gonna do stiff-leggeds and stationary reverse lunges. We're gonna hear about that in a second. So, when you're ready, get your space ready for chest flies. Either lay on the ground, lay on a ball, or lay on a bench. 25 chest flies. We're going down by 5. 25 down by 5. Your right glute, you can either stay on the ground for a single leg hip bridge. I'm going to do that rounds 1, 3, 5. Or you can get up and do stiff-legged deadlifts, right leg balancing stiff-leggeds. I'm going to do that round 2. Or right leg not moving stationary reverse lunge with a knee drive. I'm going to do that round 4. So if you're going to join me, cool. Follow me. If you want to do your own right glutes, I will remind you of them a couple more times. 25 chest flies. We did flies on Monday, different workout. Last Wednesday, you had the 2 movement upper bodies. We had flies in there as well, but that was a fly press. Relax your hands, relax your arms. Your shoulder blades cause the width of the motion. So those shoulder blades move, starting the motion. And the more you think about those shoulder blades still moving, it helps cause the width of the exercise. If you're laying on the ground, it's a great training tool for the width of the exercise. And if you're laying on the bench or a ball, you're going to naturally get a little more motion. 25 chest flies. Chest flies are a single joint pulling chest exercise. Only your shoulder joint should be moving. Your elbows stay slightly bent. They don't bend and straighten. They have the lengthening component I've talked about so much, more than the push that you'll do later on. After your 25 flies, I'm going to stay on the ground and do right leg, single leg hip bridge, but you don't have to. You can do right leg stiff-legged deadlifts, or you can do right leg not moving stationary reverse lunge with a knee drive. 20 is the number. We have 5 sets of 20 right glutes. I'm going to do hip bridges rounds 1, 3, and 5. I'm going to do stiff-legged deadlift on round 2 and stationary reverse lunge round 4. 20. Your hips can be weighted. Your foot can be higher. You can do whatever you want to do with the left leg as long as your right glutes are working. 20 is the number. 5 sets of them is 100 right glutes. And of course, I'm emphatic about saying the right glutes. Every time you try to get your glutes, you're either going to get your hamstrings or your back. hip bridges are a safe way to not use your hamstrings and hopefully not hurt your back. After your 20 right glutes, you're on your 20 chest flies. Again, whether you stay on the ground or you lay on a ball or you lay on a bench, 20 chest flies. And then I'm gonna do the right leg stiff-legged deadlifts. You don't have to if you don't want to. Again, you can stay on the ground the whole time. 20 chest flies. We have done these workouts before. We're gonna go down by 5 on our chest flies pulling. We're gonna go up by 5 on our chest pushing. We'll have our left glutes, you'll see that. We'll have a transition round. And for those of you that know me, transition rounds, all it does is have that little pace component. You'll get a lot done in a very short amount of time, and then you'll only transition smoothly to the next circuit. Of course, we have done them many times. 20 chest flies. Again, I'm gonna get off the ground and do stiff-legged deadlifts. You don't have to. You can stay on the ground on your hip bridges. If you want to do stationary reverse lunges the whole time, that's cool. Both of them, all of them, your right leg is not moving out of position, okay? So right leg stiff-legged deadlifts, your right leg is down, your right foot stays on the ground, your leg is not perfectly straight. And it's also not bending nor straightening, just like the chest fly. 20, again, you don't have to do it. You can do hip bridges if you want to. 20. You will get more hamstrings on a stiff-legged, but you are gonna get your glutes as well. 20, right leg glutes. Stiff-legged deadlifts are currently happening. And remember those top 4, right chest flies, lat pullovers, stiff-legged deadlifts, and windshield wipers, they all have a very long lengthening component. You have to really think about them. And they're all pulling exercises. 20, right leg balancing if you're doing the stiff-legged deadlifts. I don't want you to think about your left leg. I don't want you to use your left leg. However, you do have a left leg. So let's just not use it. Now my 2 late ladies today, they probably forgot they had legs and they had a little snooze button, little button that like, beep, like that. Beep. And maybe they were, beep, little snooze button. Hence the 50 burpees they get to do later today. Round 3 is 15 chest flies, so it's a little bit less. And I'm gonna do the right hip bridge again. You can dabble on the 3 as you wish. 15 chest flies. Shoulder blades cause the width of the exercise. Relax your hands as you lengthen your pecs. And then it's a chest pulling exercise. Shoulder blades, chest pulling. 15 chest flies. And then you're gonna be on your 3rd set of your right glute. Nice, good motion. 15 chest flies. Poor Brian, he's been working all workout. After those 15 chest flies, I am doing the right glute hip bridge again. But if you love stiff-legged deadlifts or you love stationary reverse lunges, cool. 20 right glutes for the 3rd time. Now remember, I always try to be a little bit ahead of you so you know what to do, not so you stop doing what you're doing and quote unquote catching up. So hopefully I'm always a couple reps ahead of you. Keep within earshot. 20 right glutes for the 3rd time today. Nice steady day. On Friday morning, we'll have a very similar rhythm. We'll have our back and biceps. So you'll have a similar feel. No rush. 20 right glutes. If you're doing the hip bridges, remember almost all your motion comes from your hips moving. You do have some lower spine moving. I want your glutes to turn on more than your hamstrings. You're always gonna get a good core lower back on your hip bridge. When you're done with that third set of glutes, you're on your 10 chest flies. Then I'm gonna get up and do the stationary reverse lunge with a knee drive, just to provide a little diversity. Make sure you don't fall asleep on me, sunshine. Okay, stay awake on me. Shoulder blades, chest, pulling, shoulder blades, cause the width of the exercise. 10 chest flies, and then round 4 for me is the stationary reverse lunge with a knee drive. If you want to stay on the ground, cool, stay on the ground. On that stationary reverse lunge with the knee drive, I would love it if you held weight. You can hold it up with one hand or two hands, or 2 weights or 1 weight, or down. If you have only the 1 weight, mix up the side that your hand has. We'll do some formal weight distribution stuff next week, which we've done before. 20 right glutes again. You can do hip bridges if you want to. You can do stiff leggeds if you want to. Personally, I'm doing stationary reverse lunge with a knee drive. That knee drive keeps your glutes activated. The stiff-legged deadlifts will always get more hamstrings. The stationary reverse lunge will always get you some quads and hamstrings. However, the knee drive will always keep your glutes activated. 20 for the 4th set. We're then gonna have our transition round coming up. We'll have the last round of this circuit, and then we'll immediately jump into the next circuit. It doesn't mean you go faster. After your 20 right glutes for that 4th set, you're gonna do 5 chest flies, last 20 right glutes. I'm gonna do hip bridges for the 3rd right time. And then you're gonna do your first left hip bridge. So there's a transition. It's not magical, but it's a right glute, left glute, and we're gonna start pushing, and we're gonna go up in reps. So I didn't say that to go faster. I said it so you know what to do. And now let's go do it. 5 chest flies, last right glutes, first left glutes, and I'll talk about that pushing as we're doing them. 5 flies. I'm doing the 3rd set of my right hip bridges. You could have done all 5 sets if you wanted to. You could have not done any. 20 right glutes for the last time. And then please immediately do your left glutes. As you're doing your left glutes, I'll talk to you about the chest pushing, and we're gonna go up the ladder. So we're definitely gonna get a nice little burn on the chest as we increase the reps. It's a fairly steady day. We had that glute core warm-up circuit. Now you're on the right glute, or you're finishing up the right glute chest pulling. We'll then go to our left glute chest pushing, and that's why we'll finish off with a bang today with the triceps and either abs or exertion. So when you're done with the right glute, literally start doing your left. Don't wait for anybody else. Left glute. Again, I'm gonna do rounds 1, 3, 5, hip bridge. Round 2, I'll do stiff-legged deadlifts. Round 4, I'll do stationary reverse lunge with the knee drive. When you get done with your 20 left glutes, you're gonna do 5 chest pushes, whether it's laying on the ground, ball, or bench, whether you're holding something for push-ups or TRX push-ups, or dumbbell chest press or bar chest press. 20 left glutes. Then you're gonna do 5 chest pushes, and then you'll have your 20 left glutes for the second time. Remember, if you're getting off the ground for your pushing, you're gonna be getting off the ground with me on the second set of glutes anyways. Only 5. So that's a nice, good set to make sure your joints are working. You've already been moving them and pulling with your chest, and now they're gonna move differently and push with your chest. That's what's so nice about my 6 a.m. crew. You guys all know me well. Maybe you tune me out and turn on your music and rock and roll. All good. Get some, get some. Round 2 is left glutes. Now I'm doing my stiff-legged deadlifts for my left time. Only once on the stiff-leggeds. And then you'll be on your 10 chest push. So the first 3 rounds are a little more left glute focused, but you're definitely gonna turn into a nice good push. And by nature, pushing exercises are a little shorter, however they burn more. So you might find yourself resting more on the pushing as the reps go up. Whereas the pulling, you fatigue more, but you can normally kind of fight through and get it done. So it's very steady on the right side glute. So round 2 is your left glute for 20. Whether you stay on the ground on hip bridges or you're gonna follow through my routine, just repeat what you did on the right side. When that is done, you'll do your 10 chest pushes, push-ups. Whether your hands are on the floor, your hands are on the couch or chair, your hands are on a TRX, or you're laying on a bench, ball, or ground for your chest presses. Round 2, 10 chest pushes. Shoulder blades still move. Breathe and focus. The 5 and the 10 shouldn't be a big deal. That's gonna get you back on that left glute fairly quickly. So slow the pushes down. You have a lot more reps coming your way. I didn't say we're going fast. That final circuit will have triceps and pace, so we have plenty of time to get there. After your 10 chest pushes, you're gonna be on your 3rd left glute. Again, I'm gonna do hip bridges. You don't have to. It's definitely a very good strength workout. And of course, I don't want you guys ever to feel deterred. Being at the gym would give you a lot more tools and weights and choices and equipment. Round 3, 20 left glutes. You'll then be on your 15 chest pushes. Maintain that motion. Or if your foot is elevated, you actually have to increase that motion. If you have weight on your hips, you've got to really think about it and work it to maintain that motion. Hips, 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 hips. Turn those glutes on. Round 3, 20 left glutes, and then 15 chest pushes. As those reps climb, just remember, you're naturally gonna try to push faster. I don't want you to go faster. You should naturally burn more, so don't be surprised if you need to shake it off. Maybe not on the 15 round, but probably on the 20 and the 25. Chest pushes. Remember, the rhythm is very similar to the first circuit. However, we have that transition round. So we're gonna actually finish this circuit eventually with 25 chest presses. So it will climb. Round 4, after your 15 presses, I'm on my 4th glute. I personally did stationary reverse lunge with a knee drive. My left leg did not move. My right leg sure as heck is. but that knee drive keeps your glute activated. You could have done stiff leggeds. You could do hip bridges, fourth left glute, and they're going to be on the 20 push. And 75 glutes to warm up the day. Definitely motion focused, turning things on, doing it right with a 90 reps of core. Unless you had to do some of the other ones, the numbers changed. 100 right glutes are in the books with 75 chest pulling. We're working our way up on our left glutes with our 75 chest pushing. No rush. Round 4 is your 20 left glutes. And you're gonna have your 20 chest pushes. If your first initial is a T, I want you to do push-ups this round, not those light dumbbell presses this round. Yeah, anybody? Yeah, hey, and first initial T. Raise your hand if your first initial is T. Yeah, roll over, 20 push-ups. Come on, baby, join me. Give me that 20 push-ups. I never make you do them very often, Tom. Slow, get down there. Come on, don't dare you go. Get down there. Kiss that ground. Smoochy, smoochy, smoochy. Shoulder blades, push. I don't want to say push-ups are better for you, but they sure as heck are harder than those 8-pound dumbbells. Shoulder blades and chest. Shoulder blades and chest. Push, push, push. Oh, yes. I know Julie's probably got her feet up on the counter. She's doing the decline push-up, showing off, right? Emily's doing them one-handed. Oh, dancing stud. She's like, I'll do some one-handed push-ups. I got this. Katie, I guarantee, is on the TRX. 100% Katie's on the TRX. Round 5, after your 20 push-ups, since Tom went so fast, he's already ready. We're gonna do our left glute for the 5th time, and then 25 pushes for the last time. And we're gonna transition over to our triceps and your choice of exertion or abs, and we'll talk about it because it should sound like what we did on Monday. Round 5, left glute, 20 reps. Hips are moving a ton. Or stiff leggeds, your hips really don't move, but there's all the movement at your hips. Hips, glutes, breathe. Your foot can be elevated, your hips can be weighted, you're focused on your glutes, not your calves, not your hamstrings, not your back. Although I'd rather you have good lower back than your hamstrings. 20 left glutes for the last time, and then 25 chest presses for the last time. That'd be 150 chest. And you can either say 275 total glutes, or you can say 175 each side, based on how we warmed up the body today. Chest pushes, 25 reps. If you do them too quick, you're gonna get rid of that burn. I want a nice, slow 25 pushes to finish off the circuit. Steady and smooth. You're either laying on something, ground, ball, or bench, and that means you're holding dumbbells or barbells and you're pushing chest, or you're in push-up position with your hands are on a bench, hands on the floor, hands are on a TRX, hands are on your dog. You can do dog plank push-ups. 25 chest presses. Breathe and focus. Let it burn. When those are done, I need you to clear off your space a little bit unless you're going to maintain the ground use with your abs. However, the rhythm, 10 short triceps, I'll talk about that in a second, goes to your agility like we did the other day, high knees, butt kicks, jumping jacks, burpees, or you could do any of your stationary lunges if you really, really want to. Then it goes to 10 long triceps, which I'll talk about here in a second, and then it goes either to your plyometrics or your abs, right? Jump squat, split jumps, burpees, or sit-ups, reverse crunches, toe touches. The rhythm, 10 tricep, 20 agility or lunges, 10 tricep, 20 plyometric or abs, 3 rounds minimum, 5 rounds maximum. Your short triceps, you can either do kickbacks or you do dips. Your long triceps, overhead triceps, or you can lay on something and do your skull crushers, or if you have TRX, you can do TRX skull crushers. Remember, I'm gonna be here. I want you to go at your own pace, so don't necessarily wait for me. I will be here, ready? 10 short triceps, 20 agility or 20 stationary lunges, and then 10 long triceps, and then 20 plyometrics or abs. Here we go. I'm gonna repeat it, but we're gonna have people all over different spaces, different places, okay? 10 short triceps, dips and kickbacks. You have shortened your tricep with a position, and then you shorten your tricep with a motion. 10, 20, if you are running, it's revolutions. If you're walking, it's reps. And if you're lunging, it's reps. 20, agility or stationary legs. Now remember, the agility will be a little quicker than the stationary legs. Your stationary legs can be forward, backwards, or lateral. It will take a little longer, so maybe 3 rounds is perfect. If you do the quicker ones, maybe 5 rounds is perfect. 10 short triceps, 20 agility or stationary legs. Then you have your 10 long triceps, overhead triceps or skull crushers, and that's gonna go with your plyometrics or abs. Plyometrics are jump squats, split jumps, burpees. You've got lateral bench hops. If you want your abs, you got sit-ups, V-ups, reverse crunches, toe touches. I'm gonna have people all over the place on this one. So I'm gonna be here. After you do your 10 long triceps, you've got jump squats, split jumps, burpees, lateral bench hops. If you really need pulsating squats, cool, slow them down. Or, because we didn't do abs on Monday, Monday we did do abs, sorry. Last Friday we did do abs, today we barely have abs. Friday we're gonna barely have abs, so if you wanna make some abs now, cool. I know I'm giving you a lot. It should sound very similar to the finish on Monday. 10 short triceps, 20 agility or stationary legs, 10 long triceps, 20 plyometrics or abs. 3 rounds is my minimum, 5 rounds is the maximum, and that's based on your energy level and the exercises you choose. Right, Mama D? Lateral bench hops are hard. Pulsating squats don't take that long. I want you to finish this sucker strong. I didn't say go faster. I want you to get it done, and so do you. 10 short triceps, dips or kickbacks. 20 agility or stationary legs. 10 long triceps. 20 plyometrics or abs. Get it done. 3 rounds minimum, 5 rounds maximum. Agility is shorter than stationary legs. Plyometrics are harder but shorter than your abs. Abs would take longer. So if you're doing stationary legs and abs, 3 rounds is probably gonna be perfect. If you want 5 rounds no matter what, you are a glutton for punishment, and you're excited to be here on a Wednesday morning. So finish strong. This is on you guys right now. Go get some. Again, reminder, 10 short triceps, dips or kickbacks, 20 agility or stationary legs, 10 long triceps, overhead triceps or skull crushers, 20 plyometrics or abs. 3 rounds minimum, 5 rounds maximum. Wednesday morning. A little work. My mom got all recovered after 10 days of her kids being there. Oh my goodness, poor mom. House all put back together. As you guys know, my daughter, she wakes up going 100 miles per hour and does that until she literally goes to bed. 3. Again, one more reminder. Again, I'm not leaving you. I just want you to let it go. Go get some. 10 short triceps, dips or kickbacks. You have shortened the muscle in the position, and then you shorten the muscle more with the exercise. Agility, high knees, butt kicks, jumping jacks, bench taps, something quick, something simple, or your stationary legs. Goes to your 10 long triceps, overhead triceps and skull crushers. You lengthen the tricep because of your position, and then you shorten that lengthened muscle. Goes to your plyometrics, jumps, squats, split, jumps. Yes, you can do pulsating squats if you need to, burpees, lateral bench hops, something challenging, or abs, sit-ups, toe touchers, reverse crunches, V-ups. Get it done. 3 rounds minimum, 5 rounds maximum. Next workout is back and biceps. It'll have a very similar feel, a nice little warm-up workout circuit. We'll focus on our quads. So of course the exercises will sound similar but different.